So today's topic is 1 second per second, already passed. So a sincere request, we are only going to observe today. We are only going to listen and we are not going to discuss. We are not going to ask questions. We are not going to react. We are only going to see what is on the screen, listen to what is being spoken and move on. So it is not important to understand everything. Imagine you are walking in a park. Imagine you are listening to some music. You are listening to an audiobook, and you are observing, and you are absorbing as much information as possible. Because when you are walking in a park, that time you don't tend to understand and grab everything that you are listening. You are also looking at the nature. You are also listening to the voice in the air. Everything is going on at the same time. It's okay. So take whatever you carry. So let's observe without any acting. That's the first topic. This blind screen is intentional because we always want to react to everything. Okay, so today there are 80 of us, about 80 or 20 of us. So this is our group. So imagine how many people must be in this area, Pandra, how many people must be in the city, Palde, how many people in our country, India, and finally the world. So there are about 830 crore people in the world. So how did we all come into existence? How did it all start? So let's assume in the beginning there is one, which is awareness. So let's call it Paramatma, incubator. And from awareness, where there is absolute stillness. So with stillness, you cannot have time. So awareness created an object called time. That is how time came into existence. So Mahabharat में बोलते हैं मैं समय हूँ. So that is where he created the construct of time. So now Paramatma, the awareness, one day says, okay fine, let me make some more of me. So from within Paramatma, which is the awareness, now created 8 billion more people, which is 800 crore लोग और बना. No. So now those 800 crore people are actually parts of Paramatma. So if Paramatma is perfect, then we are perfect. So let's stop on this for a moment and just think. We keep doubting ourselves, but that doesn't make sense. If we feel Paramatma is perfect, then we are perfect because we are a part of it. So yeah, let's make it a little relatable to people. So we do sign up to stand up for us. So in the beginning there was Shiv, which is awareness. Awareness came up with an illusion ki okay fine, let us create more Shaktis. And so those Shaktis would be Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Those are illusions of awareness. Then there were other Shaktis, which were Saraswati, Lakshmi, Durga, Kali Mata, Bhavani Mata, all the Matas possible, all the Devas, all the Asuras. These were all illusions of awareness. Then in Brahma, envision Brahman, which is Maya. We can do it easier. So first level is awareness. The second level is awareness envisions illusion of Shakti. मतलब उन्होंने शक्ति को envision किया, create किया. Third में Brahma envisions the illusion of Brahman. So this is where we are. Brahman is also known as Mayanagri. So this is where we are all today. Now Atman is a part of the Mayanagri. And food, breath, mind, intellect, bliss are all a part of the Maya. So it's okay not to understand, it's okay to understand. Whatever you can pick up.
आप थोड़ा इसको जाना नेक्स्ट
हाँ मैं नेक्स्ट कर रहा हूँ
आगे पे
हाँ जी मैं नेक्स्ट कर रहा हूँ हाँ जी so go next so let's speak a little more on the fifth level which is breath body mind intellect and bliss so जब ब्रह्मा जी ने माया नदी को इन्विजन किया तो these are all illusions right ब्रह्मांड में हम हैं तो हम एक illusion है हमारे साथ में ब्रह्मा ने एट्रीब्यूट्स भी इन्विजन किए एट्रीब्यूट्स मतलब सांस लेना मन में कुछ सोचना बुद्धि ये सब माया ये सब अलग अलग मायाएं दीज आर ऑल इल्यूजन्स बट सेपरेट नॉट अटैच्ड टू द आत्मा दे आर ऑल इंडिविजुअल पीसेस हम बोलते हैं कि यू कैन गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड हम बोलते हैं कि मेरा बदन मेरी सोच माय एनर्जी माय नॉलेज पीस माय एनलाइटमेंट सो वी आर ओनिंग these things so these are called the five koshas actually it's a part of the Upanishads and क्या होता है कि एक्चुअली हम अगर ओनरशिप नहीं ले तो बहुत शांति है पर शांति itself is the illusion which is peace so when we start saying my body my energy my thoughts my knowledge my enlightenment the word my is creating the illusion the word my is saying I'm in control but the fact is that we are an illusion so how can we be in control we are a part of this Brahman the Brahman itself is an illusion then how can there be a my or an I so the ownership of the word my becomes the root cause of every reaction because as soon as we say my now all the feelings start developing from that point now let's introduce one more level which is taking ownership of how all the above is affecting you which I just spoke about right now so अभी तात्विक रजस tamasic and sattvic so now these are also attributes of the Maya features गाड़ी में फीचर्स कैसे होते हैं कि अगर मैं सोचूं कि मुझे गाड़ी बनानी है तो मैं गाड़ी का पहले सोचूंगा कि मुझे गाड़ी ऐसी चाहिए फिर वो गाड़ी के अंदर मुझे ये फीचर्स चाहिए पर उसका ये मतलब नहीं हो गया कि वो फीचर्स मेरे हैं सो नाउ ये जो हम बोलते हैं ना कि आई एम तामसिक और आई एम सात्विक so you are taking ownership of those features but how are you taking ownership when those feelings actually belong to the Brahman so they are two separate things so when we are say ambitious that becomes I think that becomes rajas when we are at peace it goes to sattvic so we are actually all three but we take ownership of these things but in reality we have to observe our feelings we have to observe that we are in that zone we don't have to take ownership of that zone so now example I am ambitious but I am not ambitious ambitious is just an adjective which I embody for that specific role. And then I'm moving forward again. Then I could be something else. There could be something else. I'm continuously moving ahead. I am not taking ownership of anything. So in reality, we are just who we are. So this is how we should observe Maya. So Tattvik, Sattvic and Rajas are all illusions in the Maya which we are supposed to just observe. We are not supposed to embody. We are not supposed to say that this is who I am. This is what I am doing. No. So stop reacting, start observing. Now, so it is what it is. You are what you are. So yeah, so this is Brahma created Maya Nagari. Brahman is Brahman's illusion. So that's why we are all illusions. But if we are illusions, then we are invisible. So then how can we have an identity? So if we are giving ourselves an identity, then that is our ego. That we are saying, I am me. So now the reality is, when you start saying it is my soul, you're getting ownership. Ownership is ego. No, because nothing is ours since we don't exist. This entire conversation is based on the fact that we are illusions. The assumption over here is that there is Brahman and Brahman is an illusion. Everything inside Brahman automatically becomes an illusion. And if we are a part of Brahman, then we are an illusion. So now ego also exists because humans feel they will live forever. So this is, now we talk some facts. Why does ego exist? We feel that we will never die. That is the reason we feel the other person will die, but I will never die. That is how ego starts. So let's assume the human body will live for a maximum of 100 years. So we've made a chart. 100 years is 36,500 days. That is it. 36,500 days is the human body's existence on earth in this Brahman. So let's wait on this slide for a bit because if you just absorb this, it's very important. So I am somewhere here. So I have already spent 14,600 days and I have 21,900 days left. That's it. I am not going to live 22,000 days. I am going to live 21,900 days. That is it. That's a fact. I cannot deny that. So if this is the truth, then there is the ego coming. So how are you going to live the remainder of your human life in this Maya? Because if you have X number of days left in this human body, in this Brahman, how are you going to live it? What are you going to do? Yes, close the door. I'll close the door.
Thank you.
Acho que só. Surgery. It's secretary.
So yeah, so the least we can do is help people, do seva. Right? Whatever was ours, whatever is ours today was someone else's yesterday, and it will be someone else's tomorrow. So then, no ego. That means we can do seva, we can be nice for the remainder of our life. Human beings need reasons to do things. This is a valid reason. So, the human body will perish, but the soul will go on forever. Because the soul is an illusion. How can an illusion die? Right. So, example, if the soul was, the awareness started in 5000 BC, today we are in 2026. That is how the soul has come. The soul has gone through multiple human bodies, 100 years, 100 years, 100 years, 100 years, and then it's come to 2026. So the soul has come inside our human body after so much time. And we are saying it is my soul. How is it my soul if it has been traveling through time? Then soul enters the body and then it's to. And then once it moves out, again it's going to go ahead all the way to 15,000. So the soul is going to live infinite. Of course, it's an illusion. Now, so it's the first part. So now we go to the second part. So let's observe the source of ownership. So what is ownership? So let us go to the source of that. Let us identify how do we see ownership. Okay, so in our minds, let us think about two of the things troubling us. Something you fear, something you have been overthinking, something you're depressed about, something you are so attached to and you're not able to let go, something you're stressed about. You have no idea what to do. Something you regret. People regret a lot. People compare a lot. So maybe compare. See, these are all thoughts. These are all thoughts that we have in our life. So let us think of at least two. So what is a thought? So let's understand what is a thought. So a thought is something related to the past. That is why it is a thought. So we think of something, that is already cast.
Some, yeah. Yes.
Next. Yeah. Next. So now if it is the past, how are we recalling it? We are recalling it because we have labeled our thoughts. We have labeled our thoughts with some feeling. For example, I'll give an example. Now we are meeting here, right? Now when you leave from here, either you label this meeting to amazing, confusing, complex, great meeting, wow. You give it feelings. You label it. That is how we reference our thoughts. That is how thoughts are created. So all your feelings, anger, sadness, depression, stress, anxiety, comparison, everything is a thought that is a past that you have labeled it somewhere. You have labeled your thoughts somewhere. And you are holding on to that label. So example now, when I want to think of, say, my grandfather, example, right? He's no more, but I want to think of my grandfather. I'll think of how I spent time. I used to go swimming with him. Oh, I had a great time. So I'll remember, great time. I've given that label. But no, I went swimming. I came back home, etc. No label. So if I do that, there is no baggage. So don't label your thoughts. If you label your thoughts, you are carrying baggage. If you don't label your thoughts, it's a level playing field. for everyone. Stress is also a label.
So no emotions.
No emotion. कत्ते कुछ नहीं आएगा अगर आप लेबल ही नहीं करोगे तो कैसे अटका रहेगा. When you, so suppose example, you get angry at someone, है ना, and you say something rude. Finished, it's over, next. Why do you want to label it? Now you label it, ki, oh, I felt bad about it. Why you felt bad about it? You can't do anything about it. It's over, finished, no next. But feeling bad about it is a label that you have given me. Yeah, you are the only one holding on to it. The other person's probably past it. That label is carrying forward in time. Now, say about 10 days from that point, you think of something, feelings, or when for the last 10 times when I was angry, those labels are coming back to your mind. But if you had not labeled your thoughts, then you would be okay. Because there's nothing to recall. You have to be. So, no references, you're absolutely blind. So this is a very important point. So there were two Upanishad points over here. One was the koshas and one is this. Very important, very deep, and is to think about. We bring our own problems to ourselves, and we feel that without thought, we will not have a life. Because if we don't have enough to think about, then he will be thoughtless. And how can he be thoughtless? You know, what will we do? But that is when you are sharper. So when you stop labeling, you stop having references, you are absolutely zen. It's meditation. Nice. So references are labels. So we do not remember the event, we remember the label. So past event, you can go back actually. Right, once. So failure is a label. Now suppose we were all kids at some point and our parents observed our actions as labels. It could be success, it could be failure, it could be whatever, anger, it could be disappointment, be happiness. Now we do the same thing with our children, grandchildren, friends. We are labeling them, and that is the reason we are not able to move ahead. So stop labeling them. Very easy. So good, bad, lucky, unlucky, these are all labels that we are giving. So remove the label and the thought changes. So whatever we have spoken till now cannot be changed. It's past. It's already past. It's gone. All feelings are irrelevant. We are only observers in this awareness. All we can do is observe. So that's the reason the topic was let's observe, no reactions. Nothing can be changed. Nothing can be taken back. It's okay. So what? We can stay in the past and dwell in it, because that is what is known to add to our karmic stream. It keeps adding to our karmas. Because we dwell, we don't tend to move forward. So fact of life, just an image. So this part of our life is done already. Now he cannot change that. इतना तो हो गया. X part is done. इतना बाकी है. यहाँ पे अगर आप हो, आपको सिर्फ यहाँ का सोचना है. आप आगे का सोच नहीं सकते, पीछे का आप चेंज नहीं कर सकते. लेकिन काफी लोग पीछे का चेंज नहीं करना चाहते क्योंकि उनको लगता है कि उम्मीद I will hope that I will change something. But in reality, it's the past, it's gone. That ummeed is the illusion. You are hoping, that's the illusion. So, to be in control is the illusion. You think you are in control. You're not in control. You're moving ahead. So, we are here right now in this room. That is a fact. You must be in your thoughts somewhere. But the fact is, you are in your room, in this room right now. See, feel your hands, your face. See, you are here. That is a fact. You are nowhere else. So, whenever you are going through this feeling of sadness or depression or happiness, you have to start understanding that, ground yourself to the moment that this is where I am, not there. I'm thinking I'm still there, but no, I'm not. I'm here. When the past cannot be changed, you can take action now. So what's done is done, it cannot be undone. So what are you holding on to? So, because a lot of people hold on to things, right? So, thanks. So you are holding on to your ego. You are not letting go because you feel that if you let go, then what will happen? What is left? What is the remainder? So you want to hold on to it. So one of the reasons is fear, which I'll come to later. But that's also an ego. Fear is an excuse actually. So source of our feelings. And so this is a nice table we've made. So in the beginning there was Maya, right? And the soul thinking that it exists in the Maya is the soul's ego. So that is the first part. Then the soul giving itself an identity. If this human body is mine, that is the soul's ego. So ego's ego. Then, okay, let's make it simple. And let's think about when we were born, right in the beginning. Let's go back in time and let's think about when we were born. We were blank. We probably carried, karmic memory. But let us assume there was no memory for a change. Yeah. Let us say we were blank. When we were born, we just came out of our moms, and then suddenly we are observing. Now we are just observers. That is all we are doing. We are observing and we are absorbing. Absorbing whatever we are seeing. So what are we seeing? We are seeing our parents react to situations. So when we are seeing our parents react to situations, we are thinking that is what the world is. They have defined the things for us. That is the first interaction that you have with the world. Then the next is when you start growing up and then suddenly, like some people have this style of getting angry. Some people have this style of becoming very happy. So you will observe and you'll be like, Acha, whenever I reach that specific point, I will be happy. Whenever I will reach that specific, if someone behaves like this with me, then I will be angry. But otherwise I will not be angry. So because I like the way that guy is handling situations. So you have put all your dependence on that person's reaction. So you are actually reacting to his reaction. But those are never your thoughts. You are blind. Absolutely blind. All you have done is absorbed someone else's thoughts. So imagine when you are an identity, now if the identity wants feelings, emotions, experiences, because their identity is blank. So I was talking about feelings, emotions, experiences. Now imagine when you have feelings, now you want importance. Once you have importance, then you will desire. Once you desire, then you become insecure. Once you become insecure, you start fearing. है ना? Once you fear, then you start expecting. So these are all different levels of ego. And you go deeper into it, actually. You're just going deeper and deeper into it. You're not even realizing till you are made to, or you meditate about it. So you'll have to really think about this, because if you were to become thoughtless, like the time when you were born in this world, would it hurt you? Right? Would it be a good thing? Would it be a bad thing? Without thoughts.
Somebody I get and I don't remember all this.
That's all, people. Yeah, just
This though.
is Sanatan Dharma is actually very nice, because we are all allowed to have our own conclusions. So I have this conclusion. Everyone who even in this room will have their own conclusions, and that is the reason we are just observing how we are doing things. Now, so every rule you follow was created by people who don't exist today. So now think about all the rules that you actually follow in life. Each and every system that you follow in life, each and every thing that you are doing, who made it? Why are you following it? There must be a reason you are following it. It's the paradigm effect. It's called paradigm effect. If you study it on Google, you'll know more. So you'll have to think, which are those points? And so those rules were made by someone else. The circumstances were someone else. अभी किसी ने ब्रिटिश के ज़माने में एक लॉ बना दिया, वो लॉ हम आज तक फॉलो कर रहे हैं. हमें पता ही नहीं हम क्यों फॉलो कर रहे हैं. क्यों फॉलो कर रहे हैं? हमें किसी को इम्प्रेस करना है. किसी के पास टाइम नहीं है हमारे. हम ही सोच रहे हैं कि उनके पास हमारे लिए इतनी जिंदगी पड़ी है सोचने के लिए. कोई नहीं सोचता इतना. So ever heard कर्म करो फल की इच्छा मत करो, which is the right thing, right? And so it's thought, action, next thought, action again. So I've written Gyan Mantra over here because this is very relevant. The Gyan Mantra, the mantra that we have in the Sthaan, and any mantra for that fact, will allow us to block our thoughts. You have to understand the science of a mantra. It's not just a line. The science of a mantra is it is not allowing any other thoughts to come to your mind. You have to understand why you are saying it instead of just blindly following. See, rules made by someone else are being applied to you, but you have no idea why you are doing it. So you should know why you are doing it. So now your mantra, why are you saying your mantra? By the way, a mantra could be anything, because who made English language? Humans. Who made Hindi? Who made Sanskrit? Humans made it. We made our own language. We made our own rules. We defined everything. Humans created everything. So if humans created everything, that means we can also create our own rules. Right? We are thinking that we are bound to something. So when you are doing a mantra, automatically you'll get distracted a little bit, but later you will stop getting distracted. Because now continues, you have to be sincere about it, of course. You have to be very sincere about it. Okay, you could start with 5 minutes of non-stop mantra. Whatever the mantra is. 5 minutes. Then you go to 30 minutes, go to 1 hour, go to 5 hours. When you sit here, just say the mantra. When you are in office, just say the mantra. When you are traveling somewhere, just say the mantra. You are blocking thoughts. The mantra is not going to do amazing things to you. It may do amazing things to you, but it is blocking thoughts. It is blocking disturbances. You are angry with someone, immediately you will become calm because now you're only thinking about the mantra. You're not thinking about anger. You're getting depressed about something, you're not going to think about depression anymore. You're again thinking about mantra. You're just thinking about one thing. That's it. So it's all about approach. And so have you ever won yet feel like you have lost? We've all been there. No, so I'm right, you're wrong. But so when we are kids, so imagine if you're a kid and you were telling your dad something, you thought he was wrong and you were right. But when you became a dad, automatically things flipped. And then again you became a granddad, again things flipped. So then how is it right? How is it wrong? There's nothing right, there's nothing wrong. You are just observing. You're supposed to observe the actions. You have to be kind to yourself. We are very harsh to ourselves. We have to be kinder. So are you being kind to yourself? So how do you be kind to yourself? Don't react. So if you don't react, you're kind to yourself. So that's the best form of seva actually. Seva is not just going out there and helping people. Seva is also being kind to yourself. Because if you don't react, then you are at peace. When you're at peace, you can do so many things. Just imagine for a second, or Petrol, let's imagine it is 4:06 right now. Imagine that till from 4:06 to 6 o'clock, 15 minutes, you have absolute peace. No thoughts, nothing. Zero.
You can't believe it the minute you hear this subject. सही है.
So, okay, so I'll give you an example. Instead, Kapilji gave you this example. I come with a lot of stress last October, about last October. So I went to him and told him I'm feeling very stressed. And he comes and tells me that, imagine a storm in the sea. And that is how you feel right now. But then imagine the far depths, the depths of the sea. Absolute depth. Right? It is calm. So that's already inside us. We are calm inside. So we just have to find it. We just have to shut our eyes and find it. We have it inside us. Everything is there inside us. Because we are a part of Paramatma, right? I'll leave you. So, lot. Okay. Yeah, for supply. Fine. So, how do we reduce giving ownership and importance to our references? So, sometimes we go through moments in our life with people, with relationships, with friends, with people whom we've met randomly, and we feel that those moments will never come back. And we are in fear, regret that what will happen? How will I live? How will I survive? How will I do things? But in reality, if you really think about it, we have already gone through many of those moments already. That means you've had happiness with other people. You've had those cherished moments with other people. Nothing is permanent. Because you are not permanent, time is not permanent. You are continuously moving ahead. The topic of this session was 1 second per second already passed. Because each second that you are moving ahead, plus previous second is the past. So if the previous second is the past, then how will your memory still be stuck and how will you be stuck? It's not possible. जो हो गया सो हो गया, रात गई बातें, हो गया, आगे बढ़ो. But it's not easy. So that's why we are talking and giving examples. कि वो दिन अच्छे दिन आएंगे, ये तो अच्छे दिन तो हैं ही, पहले भी अच्छे दिन थे. हमने अच्छे दिन देखे, फैमिली के साथ, दोस्तों के साथ, सबके साथ अच्छे दिन देखे, एंड अच्छे दिन अभी भी हैं. इफ़ यू रियली थिंक अबाउट इट एंड ग्राउंड योर सेल्फ मतलब आप यहाँ पे एक कमरे में हैं. अभी आप सोचिए कि आपकी ज़िंदगी में कितने खुशी के कारण है, कितनी कारण है खुशी होने. और कारण होंगे, आपने कभी सोचा नहीं. There's a 80-20 rule. What's that says? है ना. So 80-20 rule meaning हम सिर्फ 80% जो अच्छा हो रहा है वो नहीं सोचते. सिर्फ जो 20% खराब हो रहा होता है उसके बारे में सोचते रहते हैं, ड्वेल करते रहते हैं. ड्वेल मतलब हम सोचते रहते हैं. एंटरटेनमेंट क्लासिक हमारे दिमाग के लिए. लेकिन वो 20% जो है, 20% और कर रहे तो वो 80% सोचिए आप कितनी खुशी के मौके हैं आपकी ज़िंदगी में. आज के दिन ही कितनी सारी चीज़ें हुई होंगी आपकी ज़िंदगी में जिससे आपको खुशी मिली होगी. आज के दिन हर छोटी चीज़ एक खुशी का मौका होता है. आप यहाँ आए, खुश हो, आप बिस्तर से उठे, खुशी का मौका है, आप उठे, है ना. आप पानी पी सकते हो, आप बाहर घर के बाहर निकले, रोड के बाहर निकले, यहाँ पर आए. आप डिफाइन, आप सोचिए, आप यू आर नॉट गिविंग योर सेल्फ इनफ क्रेडिट. हम ये दे नहीं रहे क्रेडिट. So just like that, we'll find another memory in the future. हम अटके रहते हैं वो उम्मीद के कारण, जो मैं पहले बता रहा था कि हमें उम्मीद करते हैं कि अरे वो वापस आएंगे दिन, हम उसके साथ अच्छे से रहेंगे, हमें और कोई ये लेना ही नहीं. पर अगर आप सोचिए, आपको वैसे बहुत बार हुए हैं, बहुत बार हो चुका है और बहुत बार अच्छा भी हुआ है. Você ao público da Tox. And also, we think this moment will never come again. Reality is we've had many chances. So this is how memory was created. So several chances we've already had. It's already happened with us. And another memory will appear in the future because that is how we live. That is how we survive. We keep moving forward. So do you dream? सब सपना देखते हैं यहाँ पे. सपना हम क्यों देखते हैं? सबके सपने में रहना क्यों अच्छा लगता है? क्योंकि हम अपने सपनों में कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं. We like being in control. We are able to control the result. ना so example, अगर मुझे मेरी ड्रीम में मैं सोचता हूँ कि मैंने ये हासिल कर लिया, तो सच्चाई तो अलग है, लेकिन सपने में मैंने हासिल कर दिया. सपने में मेरे रिश्ते परफेक्ट हैं, सपने में मैं खुश हूँ पूरा, या मैं इतना दुखी हूँ कि आई एम हैविंग नाइटमेयर्स, मैं अपने आप को कोसना चाहता, आई एम हैविंग नाइटमेयर्स, आई एम कंट्रोलिंग दैट रिजल्ट. मैं कंट्रोल करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ सब चीज़ों को मेरे सपनों के थ्रू, और मैं चाहता हूँ कि मैं ज़्यादा सोऊं जिससे कि मैं खुश रहूँ मेरे सपनों में. कितनी बार ऐसा होता है कि हम ज़्यादा सोना चाहते हैं जिससे कि हम, क्योंकि हम सपनों में खुश रहते हो, क्योंकि हमें लगता है कि हम जब सपना देखेंगे तो हम खुश रहेंगे, या हम अरे किसी ने हमारे साथ बुरा किया तो हमारे साथ और बुरा होना चाहिए, तो हम और सपना देखेंगे, सोचिए और बुरा होना चाहिए, पर वो तो सपना है. असलियत में ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. So reality doesn't follow your script. The reality is as per destiny. आप तो अपनी खुद की डेस्टिनी लेकर आए हो, तो डेस्टिनी में जो होना है वो तो होने ही वाला है. ऐसी कितनी चीजें हैं जो आपके कंट्रोल के बाहर है, वो आप सोचिए. आपके साथ कितनी सारी चीजें हुई होंगी जो आपके कंट्रोल के ही आ. ऐसा हुआ रहेगा, सबके साथ हुआ रहेगा एक्चुअली. So these are all in a dream, but don't depend. Don't become lost in those dreams. सपने से उठकर ऐसा मत सोचो, अरे ड्रीम में तो इतना अच्छा हुआ तो असलियत मेरी वही होने वाला. अलग. ड्रीम एक सपना है. दैट इज एन इल्यूजन. असलियत तो ये है. असलियत तो हम यहाँ बैठे हैं. अभी आप ड्रीम में सोच रहे होंगे कि हाँ मैं कहीं और बैठा हूं. नहीं, लेकिन असलियत में तो आप यहाँ हो, यहाँ बैठे हो. नेक्स्ट. So how you are supposed to observe your dreams? You're supposed to think of it as you are watching yourself watching a movie. Think about it like that. It will be difficult, but think about it. कि आप खुद को देख रहे हो सपना देखते. What is an observer? An observer is always observing the moment from afar. Roof down approach बोलते हैं, third party approach. कैमरा के थ्रू देखना. यहाँ पे हम बात करते हैं कि हम खुद को एक कैमरा, सीसीटीवी कैमरा के एंगल से हम देखेंगे खुद को. आप खुद को एक दूसरे की नज़र से देखिए. मैंने 3-4 चीज़ें और ट्राई की है. मैंने 3-4 लेवल तक ट्राई किया है. मतलब मैं हूँ, मैं खुद को देख रहा हूँ, कोई और उसको देख रहा है, कोई और उसको देख रहा है. अभी आप सोचिए 4th लेवल. तो ना यू कॉल दैट 4th लेवल्स. तो क्या देख रहा है? आपको पता चलेगा कि कितनी सारी चीजें हैं जो आप बेकार में रिएक्ट कर दो. आपके सिर्फ मन में चालू है, लेकिन सामने तो कुछ नहीं है. सामने आप बिल्कुल नॉर्मल हो. So yeah, just keep doing, do something, do anything. Don't expect anything. We're almost done. Feel stuck at times. So people keep calling us things. हमें लोग नाम बुलाते रहे. हमें लोग बोलते हैं ना कि तुम बेकार आदमी हो, तुम अच्छे आदमी, तुम बहुत अच्छे आदमी हो, तुमने ये कर बुरा कर दिया, ये अच्छा कर दिया. ये कितनी सारी चीज़ें हैं जो लोग बोलते हैं, तो बहुत सेल्फिश हो. बट अगर हम एक इल्यूजन है ये ब्रह्मांड में, और किसी ने हमें कुछ बोला है, तो वो जो बोला है ना, वो तो इट्स गॉन थ्रू अस. यू सी, इफ यू आर इनविजिबल एंड इफ समवन हैज टोल्ड यू समथिंग, द वर्ड्स हैव गॉन थ्रू यू, so they are not stuck at you. So if they are not stuck at you, right, then you are holding on to them. You are holding on to them because you are enjoying that whole control. कि मेरी जिंदगी में और कुछ कंट्रोल नहीं है, इसको कंट्रोल रखूंगा. That is how you are doing, but in reality it has already moved past. हो गया, बीत गया वो. अभी next. So in reality, you cannot be sad about someone calling you anything. क्योंकि वो तो हो गया, आगे बढ़ो. कल ऐसे कितने लोग अपनी जिंदगी में आए हैं जिनसे हमारी जमी नहीं है, लेकिन अगले दिन जमी, फिर वापस नहीं जमी, फिर वापस जम गई. ऐसा सबके साथ हुआ है. अगर ऐसा होता तो अपनी माएँ उनसे हमेशा नाराज ही रहती, लेकिन moms are forgiving. So moms move on, dads move on, our parents move on. We have to move on. Right? अभी हम अपने पेरेंट्स को कितनी सारी बुरी चीज़ें कहे हैं जब छोटे थे, लेकिन इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी ना हो कि वो पकड़ के बैठ गए. छोड़ दिया ना, आगे बढ़ो, ठीक है. तो ऐसे ही सबको, आप सबसे जिससे भी आप इंटरेक्ट करते हो, आप सोचिए ना, आपकी सोल 5000 साल की है, तो आप कितने बड़े हो गए. सब बच्चे हैं. बच्चों को माफ कर दो, आगे बढ़ो. नजरिया होता है देखने का, आप जिस नजरिए से देखना चाहते हैं. And now, how do we observe next? And so what's done is done. जो हो चुका वो हो चुका. What's next is now. Observe and let go. Just go with the flow. आप जब एक नदी में आगे जा रहे होते हो तो सिर्फ अगर आप एक पत्थर को पकड़ के रखोगे तो ही आप एक जगह पे रहोगे, नहीं तो नदी को आपको आगे लेके जाएगी. तो आपकी चॉइस है, आपको वो सोच, विचार, थॉट्स, फीलिंग्स को पकड़ के रखना है या आपको नदी के साथ आगे जाना है. वो नदी टाइम, वक्त. हम नदी के साथ आगे जा सकते हैं या तो हम पकड़ के प्रकृति को देख सकते हैं, जो फिर वापस एक इल्यूजन है ना. एनिमल्स दिख रहे हैं, लोग चल रहे हैं, मजा आ रहा है, नहीं मुझे रुककर देखना है. नहीं, या तो आगे चलो ना टाइम के साथ आगे में. हाँ, ऑडियो या अच्छा. सो देयर इज एन ऑडियो क्लिपिंग. इट्स द गीता सा. सो इट्स इंटरेस्टिंग. इट्स इन हिंदी.
कौन तुम्हें मार सकता है? आत्मा न पैदा होती है न मरती है. जो हुआ वो अच्छा हुआ, जो हो रहा है वो अच्छा हो रहा है, और जो होगा वो भी अच्छा ही होगा. तुम भूत का पश्चाताप ना करो, भविष्य की चिंता ना करो, वर्तमान चल रहा है. तुम्हारा क्या गया जो तुम रोते हो? क्या लाए थे जो खो दिया? क्या पैदा किया था जो नाश हो गया? ना कुछ लेकर आए, जो लिया यहीं से लिया, जो दिया यहीं पर दिया, जो दिया इसी से लिया, जो दिया इसी को दिया. खाली हाथ आए, खाली हाथ चले. जो आज तुम्हारा है कल किसी और का था, परसों किसी और का होगा. तुम इसे अपना समझकर मग्न हो रहे हो. बस यही प्रसन्नता तुम्हारे दुखों का कारण है. परिवर्तन तो संसार का नियम है. जिसे तुम मृत्यु समझते हो वही तो जीवन है. एक पल में तुम करोड़ों के स्वामी बन जाते हो और दूसरे ही पल दरिद्र हो जाते हो. मेरा तेरा, छोटा बड़ा, अपना पराया मन से हटा के विचार से मिटा दो. फिर सब तुम्हारा है, तुम सबके हो. ना यह शरीर तुम्हारा है, ना तुम इस शरीर के हो. यह अग्नि, जल, वायु, पृथ्वी, आकाश से मिलकर बना है और इसी में मिल जाएगा. परंतु आत्मा स्थिर है. फिर तुम क्या हो? जो कुछ भी तुम करते हो उसे भगवान को अर्पित करो. यही सबसे उत्तम सहारा है. जो इस सहारे को जानता है वो भय चिंता क्रोध से सर्वदा मुक्त है. जो कुछ भी तू करता है उसे भगवान को अर्पित करता चल. ऐसा करने से तू सदा जीवन मुक्त का आनंद अनुभव करेगा.
So this is what we follow at Sthaan, SMS, है ना. Self worship, mantra vidya and seva. Self worship is because you acknowledge yourself, you acknowledge that you exist. It is very important to understand that we exist. That is the reason I had shown the 100 years का slide कि हम 100 साल के लिए होंगे. Mantra vidya is helping you block your thoughts, helping you not think about anything, helping you not create any labels. You're not referring to anything. It's absolute Zen. And seva is helping you just do good things while you are here with your time left in this human body, and till the soul goes to the next soul or wherever it goes. Right? I'll see what that next. So yeah, what we can do is now we can just take out our phones. We can put it on selfie mode and we can bow to ourselves. Because in reality, if we are Paramatma and we are a part of Paramatma, right? So then we are Paramatma. So you have to understand how things work. When you are a part of Paramatma, so you are already perfect, you are already Paramatma. Why are you doubting yourself? So now when you go to the mandir next time, look, instead of asking him for stuff, you don't need to ask him. It's already there. Why do you go looking for things when it's already inside you? Instead, you should tell him, bless everyone else. Bless the people who are sitting at happiness. Bless them with love. You should tell him, hey buddy, how are you? What's going on? He's a part of you, right? That is the whole basis of our assumption today. You don't need to react. We are true. Yes, sir.
I see.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
It's a bit best.
Happy, very total Skal's teachings.
So I've been attending here for a while, speaking with people and understanding whatever I did. Thank you for listening.
I just, of course.
See, he's actually trying to tell you that by so you don't have to ask him, ask ourselves. हम अपने आप में बात कर सकते हैं. Yes, or not it not salute.
Well, anyways, see.
I.
You're not wrong. It's already won. You're right.
No, yeah. So I have to. I have to learn classes to see.
Yeah.
Saal
Yes. Yes. Of course. Of course.
recording.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
पूरा साल उसमें आ जाता
Yes. Yes.
है. So can you play?
Yeah. Yeah.